Hello students! Today we're going to start with a new unit, which is Unit 6 in the book. It is page 86 in the student's book, and please take a look here at this picture. It is a picture of students who are greeting each other. They are saying hello to each other, but there's something weird about it. Can you look and see what's weird? You see that they are saying hello with their noses. They are using hongi. Hongi means that you greet each other in New Zealand, by touching your nose. Now, we know that in Jordan we don't do that, and now because of Corona, nobody's doing that because nobody can touch each other right now. So, for now, we're not allowed to do that, but in many cultures around the world, it's different how we greet each other, how we say hello to each other. So, for example, these people in New Zealand, they are touching their nose. Us in the Arab world, we shake hands, or we give a hug, or we give kisses. So this is different from one place to another. Other places like Japan or China, they just bow to each other with their backs. Now, today's objective is to be able to give English meanings of the vocab words and use them in sentences. So, please don't open the books now. I want you just to look at these words, page 87 in the student's book. These are the words, the main words in the word cloud that we're going to be introduced to. So we have culture, greet, and Maori. Now, these are some, like, you know some and you don't know some. Now, let's get introduced to them more and more. First, let's read. The first people to settle in New Zealand, the first people to live in this place called New Zealand, in this country. 2, the way of life of a group of people, including their language, customs, art, and music. So the way that people live, including their language, Arabic, English, Chinese, anything. Then we have customs, how they do, how they celebrate, and everything. Art and music. And finally, to meet or welcome. Now, the first word that we will be introduced to is culture. Culture. Now, culture means the way you live. Look at people from different cultures around the world. We have people from the French culture, and you can see how they are dressed, how they are dancing. So it's different from people from Japan or people from Korea. People from Britain, India, Mexico, Native Americans, we have Chinese people, people from Europe, from Holland, people from Africa, people from America. So different cultures mean different ways of living. And of course we have the Arab culture or the Islamic culture. Now, the second word is greet. Greet means to meet or welcome. So they are greeting each other by shaking hands and hugging. Greet. I greet my neighbor when I see him. Now, the third one, which is a totally new one, I think, to most of you, is Maori. Maori is the name of the people. Like, we are Jordanians, they are Maori, and they are the first people who settled, the first people to come to New Zealand and live there. They are called the Maori. They are very unique, they are very special, and they have a very special culture. Now, the play script, the thing that we're going to read next time, inshallah, is going to be like the people in it are Maori people. Now, next one is ceremony. Ceremony. And of course the plural is ceremonies. And how do we change ceremony into ceremonies? Look at the Y. What is before it? It's not a vowel. So the Y will run away, and then we have IES. So keep this in mind for later. So ceremony, ceremonies. Ceremony means a special festival or celebration. So look here, if there is a special person who comes to a country, a visitor from another country, for example, King Abdullah goes to Japan, and then they make a special ceremony, a special festival or a party to welcome them. Here is a ceremony by the Maori people, and you can see that they are sticking out their tongues. Look here, this is type of their like welcoming people. They like to stick out their tongue and they dance. So this is one of the types of ceremonies. Now, Carving. Carving is making decorations in stone or wood by making some patterns. So carving, carving. Of course, don't break it like this. Now, next one is visitor, and visitor means someone who comes from outside to the inside. For example, someone who comes from outside the house to your house to visit you, he's a visitor. Or someone who comes from another country, for example, and comes to your country, like your grandma, she's coming from America, so she's a visitor here in Jordan. So visitor. Now, cultural dances. Look at the girl here, she's making a special cultural dance that is special for her own country. For example, we have dabke in Jordan. This is a special cultural dance in Jordan, and they have it all over the world. Now, let's go back to page 87 and answer the questions. Like I said, we have culture, greet, and Maori. Number 1, the first people to settle in New Zealand. Who are the first people to settle in New Zealand? Maori people. Excellent job. The second one is the way of life of a group of people, including their language, customs, art, and music. Which one is it? Culture. Amazing job. Number 3, to meet or welcome. Which one is it? Greet. Excellent job. I want you to pause this video, go to your book, the student's book, page 87, and please write these answers. Now, let's go to number B. Copy the sentences and use the words below to fill the gaps. Now we have paint, carving, ceremonies, visitors, and dances. We talked about them before. Now, the first one. The Maori hold special to welcome to their country. They hold special what? Festivals or parties, which is ceremonies. Excellent job. To welcome who? To welcome people from outside to their country. Visitors. Excellent job. They often perform. They make what? Perform what? Dances. And sometimes their faces. What do they do with their faces? What do you think? Paint. Excellent job. Arts such as weaving and, look at the picture here, are also important in Maori culture. Arts such as weaving and carving, amazing job, are also important in Maori culture. Now, I want you to go back to the first word with me and let's make a quick revision. First one is culture. Let's make a sentence about culture. Okay, let's see. So I love the Korean culture. I love their dances, I love their music, I love their language. So culture. Greet. Greet. What kind of sentence can we see? It's nice to greet people that you know or you don't know. It's nice to greet people. Say good morning. Greeting. Maori. I like the customs of the Maori people. Ceremony. When I went to Japan, they made a special ceremony to welcome us. Carving. I like the carvings of the Jordanian culture. Visitor. My grandpa came to me as a visitor last semester. Cultural dances. I love the Jordanian cultural dance, which is dabke. Thank you very much, and I will see you inshallah next time, and we will start with a play script that is very nice about Maui. He's a hero in the by the Maori people, and we will see what happened to Maui and how he tried to stop the sun from setting too fast. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later.